Okay, so update on my tower that I'm building here. I've been working on it when I get my chance, when I get my Sunday paper. And you can see, even without kind of thinking, sort of a pattern has started to develop. I've got this central piece, and then it looks like 5 pentagon sort of shape, which then leads to 5 cross supports. So what I've decided is that I'm going to invert that on this part on the top and repeat it, which then means I need longer pieces to connect from here to here. So I'm going to use a full sheet of newspaper for that, which will be double the length, which will be almost big enough, is my guess. We might have to like cut down a little bit or have some tension there, but we will see what happens. Couple of tips. What I found was that when I was using my strings, sometimes in like putting it down and things like that, this piece would like fall off, and then I'd have to try to get the string back in there. And that when I tried to do that, the best thing to do was to open it up and roll it back up again. If I tried to like push it through there with a barbecue skewer or a shish kebab skewer, something like that, I spend a good bit of time doing it and almost get it several times. But if I just took the tape off and rolled it back up again, it took way less time. So to keep that from happening, I started taping the string onto the end so that it won't pull out until I'm ready for it to pull out. And what I've done is I've made 3 more like that. So I've got loose string at one end. I'm going to start tying it around this knot, which is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. Um, and then I made myself like a sausage link of 5 of these guys. I'm going to take those 5 and make one in a pentagon shape that I'll then attach all of my spokes to sort of simplify things. So this one's going to get tied together. Um, I've also discovered that when I'm working on an area, like you can see this area right here, got this extra string hanging out. And when I first started, I'd cut that off right away so it looked kind of clean. But I find now that if I hold on to that extra string and leave it there, that later when I'm attaching new pieces, that can come in kind of handy. And also when I want to kind of tighten things up, because sometimes it doesn't go as tight as you want it to. And if you don't have somebody helping you with it to hold it, how do you tighten it up? Well, I can take those extra strings later and kind of pull on them and tie them around themselves to tighten things back up. Ultimately, I think all of these ends are going to need some tape. That I'm going to get some duct tape or something and tape them up to make them a little bit stronger. But in the meantime, I didn't want to tape it up and then have to tape it again and then have to tape it again. So I think the string is a good working method until I kind of get my form the way that I want. So I'm making progress, and if you're doing this project, you're probably figuring out that, you work on it for an hour, you stop, you work on it for another hour. So this is one of the bigger projects, I would say. But it's still, like a fun project. I'm enjoying it, and I'm kind of excited to see what I'm going to come up with here. So I'm working on my Tower of Wolter, or half Wolter, and we'll check in later and see how it turned out. Bye-bye.